In Kiswahili sisi ni Waafrika halisi, ama kwa ile jina mtu ametuzoea nao ni the real Africans. But we wanted to identify more of the region that we are coming. Then we decided to add one more name, ikakuwa Nkubu Real Africans, so that at least kukuwa na identity ya mali tunatoka. And I remember when I was coming here the first time, nilipata the likes of akina Carlos, Diaby, akina Kante, akina Kiai. They had so much talent yenye it was not viable kwao kucheza sub-county. When Nkubu FC was diminishing, they had to form another team, ikajita Nkubu City. But unfortunately, it was short-lived actually. It was less than a year and it died. But it had good structures. I don't know what happened back then. I was not in the management, but nilikuwa kama fan wao tu. So later on, after tumekakaa kidogo kwa giza, we decided that we needed something different. We do things differently from our predecessors. We see how our predecessors in Nkubu FC and Nkubu City did, and we try to do something different so that tuone kama kutaza matunda. So that was the birth of Nkubu Real Africans, and initially it was just for having fun, kukutanisha majama wale wamecheza for quite some time, alafu pia kukeep maboys in check, because we really didn't have anything. Hatukuwa tunafikiria tutafanya nini. So by good luck, by the time we were forming it for having fun, wakakuwa na register league, and we said okay, we'll register for the league, but tunaenda kujibamba. It was only, I think, after kitu kama 4 or 5 games, and we realized okay, we think we are good enough for the league, because we were the only team that had not lost a match. And going to the first leg of last season, tulikuwa tumeenda unbeaten. So it really gave us the morale that okay, as much as we wanted to have fun, we can be more serious and focused. And that's when we decided now to accelerate and do the right things and try to see whether this team can have better structures.
Tuko na timu ya men ambayo inashiriki ligi ya gatuzi ndogo la Imenti Kusini. Alafu tuna Queens ambao ni Real African Soccer Queens ambao pia wanashiriki Meru County League. Kisha hii Aprili huu mwaka wa 2026 tumeweza pia kuanzisha timu ya vijana wadogo, watoto wadogo, ile academy ya Real African Soccer Club.
Tunataka mambo isikue vyenye kulikuanga kitambo ati ni boys peke yake wako kwa uwanja. Najua una sport kila mtu, na ukiingia kwa uwanja sasa utapata hadi girls wako kwa uwanja. Ndio inanifanya tu nikue deal kwa Real Africans.
We were having fun, but at the end of the first season, after tumeona how serious we were, then we started putting measures na tukaanza kufanya vitu differently. If you asked me the 2025 season whether tungekuwa mahali tunafikiria tuko, it was a no. But if you ask me now what we are going to do, I think somebody can say ni story za jaba, because we have high hopes for this team, very high hopes.
Mwanda sprint nyingine ya mwisho. Ndio ya mwisho hapa hivi karibu.
The sacrifices that people do not see every week ziko mingi, so many. The most common one the meetings, because we always have at least one meeting every week, whether we train, whether we do not train, whether we have a match or we do not have a match. And the frequency of the meetings increases depending with the tasks ahead. If we have a bigger task, the frequency goes higher. Kama task ni ya kawaida, then the meeting remains at least once. Other things that we do behind the scenes is that we try as much as possible to make sure that we glue this team together, giving the players moral support on and off the pitch. In terms of finances, the management has really stepped up. We, apart from maybe a few things that we asked for the players to help us with, most of the things the management ndio wanang'ang'ana nayo so that waone kama watatoboa kuzi accomplish na kuzi achieve. So another thing about the what the management does behind the scene is coordination with the authorities, be it political, the political leadership, the administration, and the local business people at large. So some of the things hawaonangi, but wanga wanaona tu matunda probably when kuna kitu tunahitaji kufanya. Okay, in terms of contribution, we set a simple rule that every player needs to have ownership of the club. Na the ownership of the clubs come with hizo vitu kidogo kidogo, like tukisema we having a match, it is the responsibility of the players to decide to know that the jerseys zinafaa zifuliwe na zikuwe in good condition. It is the responsibility of the players also to know that we kama tunaenda away, the club does not have sponsors, so we have to sponsor ourselves tuende magame, na kama tuko home pia the referees needs to be paid. So we had a sit down with them and tukawaambia, because we do not want Real Africans to be a one-man show, such that if the person that is providing the money for the referee is not there, the match cannot be played. Or if the person that is providing transport is not there, nobody can go for a match. Tunajaribu sana kukata hiyo kitu, na hiyo ndio kilikuwa inasumbua the previous teams. So hii ilikuwa ni when we bring players on board, we tell them this is we are playing as we own. When you come here, whether you will play or not, it is mandatory that kama tuko home na you are part of the team that is playing, you will have to contribute to at least 30 bob kufua jazi. If you are going for an away match, depending with the distance, you will have to contribute the amount that the executive watakuwa wameset depending na venye kutakuwa. Sometimes we get goodwill people like our area MCA amekuwa so supportive. Maybe sometimes tukitaka tukiwa home, instead of paying the referees by ourselves, he decided that once in a while he chips in and pays for the referee. So when that time comes, the burden of contribution inakuwa kidogo, na I can say this form of contribution imefanya players wamekuwa na hiyo form of ownership, such that they cannot just let this team iende let's say to collapse, because they've seen they've invested time and money in it. What makes this team different from other teams? For me, it's the ownership part. Majority of the teams around here, they do not have the ownership part. For example, in Nkubu Real Africans, we have the youngest player, Mureti. He owns the team, and he's not even 15 years, because he does literally everything as what we say. When we say that we are contributing, we do not isolate who's contributing and who's not. As long as you are part of the Nkubu Real Africans, it is your responsibility to make sure that you have contributed na keep the name of the team high. What also makes this team unique from other teams, I can say, in unity. Actually, we are really united, and sometimes you walk around and unasikia venye watu wanatuongelea. It means that we are really doing something different from others, given the fact that tuko only 2 years. I think Nkubu Real Africans is the youngest team in South Imenti.
For us, it's more than football. We have community engagement, because we are looking at economic growth, spiritual growth, na pia on the social growth. So we do various things kama giving back to the community. We do clean up ya hii town yetu ya Nkubu because we love our town. It's now a municipality, so we want to uplift the lives of Nkubu. Apart from community work, we also do charitable work to the less fortunate. Last month we were in Negoji. This coming month pia tutatembea hapa pande ya Dagene. So for us ni more than football. Na ukiangalia sana wale vijana tuko nao sana wana grow. Wametoka kwa basic ya high schools, wengine wako college. Tunataka mtu yote akuwe affiliated na real Africans, I feel that we are present in the community.
So that is one of the most important things apart from playing that makes Nkubu Real African a very unique team. Any particular moment that made me realize that the team can do bigger things? We have several. One of them was the playoffs the previous season. We managed to become number 3. For a first timer in the league, and it's the same year that you are formed, now we went to playoffs. That was the trigger that made us believe that we can do better. We also had, I think, a Mashinani tournament, which we emerged victorious. That also added more spice to our hunger and our urge to make sure that this team goes higher places. The only thing that might have stood up this season is the fact that we have gone 11 matches unbeaten. And that is not a mean feat, given the fact that we have limited resources za kutrain na limited time pia kutrain because most of our players ni wanafanya kazi. So if we can meet for 2 or 3 days per week na to manage kufanya what we are doing na on the match day we are ready for the matches, that is a really big boost, which means that if we try to increase the focus just slightly by 10%, we should be competing at a higher stage. Okay, about the abandoned matches that we had between Mbeti FC and Kirugine FC, they're not the only matches that define us. Other matches have defined us. And the only thing that I can say is, you see, when you go for an away match, you need to have mental strength. Because when you go for an away match, that is not your playing turf. It's you're literally stepping into an enemy's territory. So you need to work twice as hard to get as half as much. Mbeti's match and Kirogine's match, let me just say it was the heat of the moment. Sometimes some of these things happen, especially when somebody says that he must beat you, and then tables turn. They must feel bad that it didn't happen the way they wanted. For Mbeti's match, I won't talk much because it is still under appeal, so I will not talk much. For Kirogine Hotspur's appeal, I think they abandoned the match, so the official decided that the points were ours. The only thing that I'll say is that, and this information goes even to our opponents, you cannot abandon a match, whatever the case. You just play through, then raise the complaints later. About the signings, I think we've signed around 5 players, and it's all about strengthening the team. Tunaangalia ni wapi kuna weakness na tunajaribu ku reinforce pale. For instance, we had an issue with striking. We really lacked goals. Ama zikiwa, they were not enough to cushion us as much. So we decided to go for for 2 strikers, at least wakuja to reinforce squad. We also added a winger and also I think 2 goalkeepers, so that in the event that we are having some critical matches, 2 or 3 matches in a day in the near future when we'll be doing some competitions, we'll have a proper squad depth ya kucheza ligi.
Wewe una run kwa hii space ya Joshua. Unaona? Ama sasa ile wewe umedrop kwa hiyo space, Joshua ana run kwa hii space. Ndio ukikanyagia Carlos anaipiga wapi?
We have short term and long term goals. Short term goals is that we wanted that we try as much as possible and put any other person that is playing for Real Africans, at least akuwe na somewhere that anaweza jishikilia in terms of employment, ama if not employment in terms of biashara, so that at least wajaribu kulipa bills zao as they come to train with us. Na long term goals we have to in terms of playing, that the only thing that will stop us is the Kenya Premier League in terms of playing. In terms of player welfare, we have to, at least we have a clubhouse that will be hosting some of the players wale wanatoka mbali. But that's a very long shot, but we'll achieve. And the other one, we were trying to see whether we can secure some funds so that we can purchase, so we can have a mode of transport. At least wakati tunaenda at a higher level, movement itakuwa rahisi on us.
Everything is about mindset. Our players has already accepted. They have already made themselves believe that they can really be there. They can really make it. They have seen several clubs that they have played against. Tumecheza friendlies mingi, even Alizizia. We have played Awakening Lions. Kama DK imefika pale, sisi Real Africans, where can't we be there? We have quality players. We have what it takes. We have a good field. We have good management. We have good players. Our minds are just set for NSL. We can make it.
Training saa hii iko serious kwa kila mtu, hakuna rahisi. So hata wengine walianzia hapa. Saa hii tunasema DK wanaenda Premier na juzi walikuwa county. So hata sisi tunahesabu tu miaka 3-4 hivi tutakuwa huko juu.
It's the people who are in Nkubu that plays. The people who are in Kwene sub-county that plays. And we believe in everybody that comes to the team. Now, one more thing, we said Real African is ours. It does not have a specific entity. So even the youngest player like Mureti owns the team. So this is a joint effort. So everybody feels the ownership of the team.
Kwa hivyo viini vyetu ama lengo zetu kama Real Africans ni kuweza kuempower the community. Tunataka msichana na mvulana wa hii society ainuke kimasomo na pia kimpira. Mpira sasa unalipa. Na ukiangalia fiti kama sasa kwa timu yetu, tuko na vijana ambao wametoka hapa na wakaenda kuempowered. Tuko na Doli ambaye anachezea APS Bomet, ako kwa ligi. Tuko na vijana ambao wametoka hapa wakaenda hata trials hizi za kijeshi kwa military, wameingia kina Karanja, kina Murata, kina Roy. Ni vijana wengi sana wametoka hapa. So tunataka hii team ikuwe owned by the community because we are a community team. So basically tumefanya mengi, we feel tumetouch lives za watu wengi sana na bado sasa ndio mwanzo. So kwa partnership pia tunaomba watu wengi, being the public relation officer wa hii team, naomba stakeholders wengi wakuje. It's a good thing going on here. Na hao vijana wataweza kuinua maisha yao. Kumbuka sports ni kitu inaweza keep vijana away from evil things.
The only challenge in second leg is funds. We have the players, we have the morale, we have the training play, the training field, The only thing that we might lack are the fans, because I think when you go, we have one of the most farthest away game that will travel this season, away to Mbeti, na huku inahitaji serious fans za kupeleka players, and being us, we don't have sponsors right now, so ni sisi wenyewe tunajitegemea na players. So the only thing I know itakuwa challenge the second leg, it's all about fans, but hizi vitu zingine we good. The competition about the teams is manageable. To the people around Nkubu, what we want from them, let me say it's support in general, but if I have to break it down, it's the moral support, the financial support, the social support, and I think when God willing, we will go at a higher league, maybe Conference League or Division 1. That is where we'll need serious support from them. Now, for the counties, assuming we are going for the counties in the next season, the only thing the most important thing I would want from them is their moral and financial support, because that league is financially draining. So you cannot be financially drained na bado ukose support ya fans kwa uwanja. So at least they give us one. Watupatie support kwa uwanja whenever we have home games, na tukienda away pia tusaidie. Na wakati tuko na functions zetu hapa in terms of looking for monies to help these boys travel, they should also come in and help us. This football club, as I said earlier, it is not an individual owned football club. This one is, anybody can own it. Anybody within Nkubu can own it. And it starts with as low as 5 bob, 10 bob. Whatever amount you're bringing in, that is your ownership. Now, we are looking so much into corporates, the business community, those people that like football, those people that love football. We'll pitch some serious, what do you call it? We'll pitch some very serious proposal. Yeah. We'll pitch some very serious proposal. So, and going forward to the business people, we are trying to pitch a very serious proposal, both short-term and long-term proposal, so that they can know the seriousness of this club, and they can acknowledge that we are doing things a bit different from our predecessors, and they can enjoy the fruits of their boys as they play. To the members of Nkubu, we would really like them to be coming to our matches. Their support means a lot to us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Alafu, one last thing is that we have all the social media pages, Facebook, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. We also have TikTok. Oh. Najua mimi sifungi TikTok, ndio ilikuwa inapotea. So I'm also urging our fans that they should also, Jesus Christ. So, I'm also urging our fans to help us in sharing our pages. We have 3 pages so far. We have the Facebook page, TikTok. We have a TikTok account, and we also have a YouTube channel. And all of them are growing well. So I will ask them to kindly follow us on all the pages and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll try as much as possible to share the links to all the groups that we know that are in Nkubu. So ule anajua page yetu ajaribu tu kushare kama ni kwa status, to their timeline and we'll be good.